So NFT NYC, we have a lot going on. So you're a speaker, number one.
What up?
Number two, my art is being showcased.
What up?
And number three, we're going to be there all 3 days interviewing people.
Yeah, we are.
Uh, Sort of a sponsorship with NFT NYC. I mean, I don't want to give too much out yet until we finalize the last emails back and forth. But it looks like we're going to be there interviewing all artists and creators that pass through there. So some good stuff coming. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be great if we can set some up ahead of time. Some people that are going to be there, maybe we've been trying to connect with, or people that we already know online but have never met IRL. And it'll be great if we can catch some people walking by. I know that, like you said, we'll be there all 3 days. I'm sure there's going to be a few speaking sessions that we'll want to go to. So we'll have to shut down the booth. But otherwise, the plan is to hang out at our booth as much as possible, meet people, do some giveaways, interview as many people as we can on Rebel Ants Radio. And to do that, we're going to, create a mobile podcast studio.
Or at least we think we're going to be able to create
I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but we're going to try really hard. We're going to.
Well, we bought a shitload of equipment, so hopefully it all works.
Yeah, we got a lot of equipment. We're going with the Rodecaster Pro 2 and then a couple of sets of wireless mics. Hopefully make it real easy for people to sit down, clip on a wireless mic, do our thing, and then take the mic back instead of having all these booms, these arms all over the place. Might make it real easy. We just need to try it out. We got to see, does this work? And if not, we'll pivot. But otherwise, this seems to be a pretty common solution to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm just, last year I was there and there was so many people walking through there. Like it's crazy. So I'm 100% sure that we'll get a lot of different artists and creators just stopping by our booth and talking about their project. I think it'll give them more exposure. They'll, people will get to know who they are, that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely excited about it. I can't wait for it. And, we'll see what happens. Hopefully our equipment is 100% working.
Yes, we do need the equipment working. And the other thing we've been talking about is sort of rebranding, right? Because what we have now as a logo for Rebel Ants was really just intended as like the first launch of whatever we did with Rebel Ants, like V1. And then we adapted that to Rebel Ants Radio. It's basically the same logo with the word radio after it. But we have grown much bigger than that. And I think we also want to kind of make sure we're presenting ourselves in an accessible way, in a way that's recognizable, with a sense of, maturity behind it. So we've been talking about rebranding, and I'll just bring up my Figma here real fast. Just what first version that we're looking at here. This is a font called Octin Spray Paint. But I like this color, this bluish color. What do you call this? Like a cyan? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
So I got a little cyan on black. You had also run through a couple of AI logos for inspiration. You came up with this. I said it looks like this Spider-Man. You think it's not a problem. We'll see.
Looks nothing like Spider-Man.
Sony's going to sue our ass. I hope you're ready. But
it's nothing like Spider-Man.
I know. But if you can put your own touches on it, I think it'll be good, and it'll just make it feel like it's ours, So maybe some sort of logo like this. And I don't know if I've been playing around with like no space as an idea. I don't know if space is better. Maybe space is better. But I think no space is also cool too. It's like a new word, like rebellant. I don't know if that's a thing. But maybe we just want to be Rebel Ants, not Rebellant. So then I just wanted to see what all the characters look like from the spray paint. So I think all the letters look cool. It's all uppercase, there's no lowercase. So it really is more of like a display font. Not really good for like small text on a screen. But I had mentioned to you that it'd be cool if we did like an Instagram campaign using this sort of theme here, this branding, and we just find quotes that have the word rebel in it. So this was a quote from Steve Jobs. And there's another font. This font is the free font. There's a heavier font, which is like $12. So I think I'll just buy that. And then we can kind of mix those two fonts up. So you have like the heavier font to kind of word rebel stand out or whatever it is.
I like it.
And then we can use this just as a card on its own. Doesn't have to be anything about NFTs, anything like that. Post it up on Instagram. Maybe people want to share that if it's fire or anything like that. And then I'd also mention to you this other idea of like a Be Rebel campaign. So maybe it's, these just used in various ways, whether it's shirts or I don't know, whatever it is. Just be rebel, be dangerous, be rebel, be whatever, right? Be daring, be bold. So this could be used in many different ways, I think. I don't know that it's it feels a little cheesy to me, but maybe we just need to like grow with it, or maybe we need to make a few changes. But I like this idea of having like this blank space that we can kind of play off of and continue to put in new words. So whether it's different types of t-shirts or different postings, whatever it is, or even like partnerships, I was thinking. So it's like be rebel, be a saint of LA, right? Like something like that. Like there's ways that I think we could make this functional for multiple
Yeah.
purposes. And I was even thinking like on a hat, like I would love to have just this word rebel on a hat. Doesn't have to say rebel ants, just like this on a hat, I think would be pretty cool. So I am liking this font the more I use it and play with it. I'm working on designing the website now, which I've shown you a little bit about, but still working on the branding more so. And then if you can come up with a logo, that'll really help us move in the right direction, I think. So that's where we're
Yeah, I
at.
think I'm gonna work on the logo. I'm gonna work on the logo probably tomorrow. I mean, I really like the idea of us rebranding, obviously, because we have changed a lot since the beginning, and we're just not one project; we're multiple. So
Exactly.
I think
And we
it's a
have more
great
to come.
idea for us to, and
We've got a lot
we
to
have a
come.
lot more to come. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yes.
talking about NFT NYC, like I'm super excited about that. Like that's huge for us. Like
It's huge.
not only do we have one thing going on, we have three. Like
Yeah.
who would have thought that we would have three things going on at NFT NYC?
Yeah.
It's like you say, we're gonna be there like ants at the summer barbecue.
We're taking over, baby.
A lot. We need to like trademark that saying.
I think we should. We're also going to have like a pop up banner, so we'll work on designing that. We had talked about some other giveaways, almost like postcards, as like a one pager to help explain to people who we are, what we do. So I will work on that. And what else? Yeah, hopefully there'll be some events those evenings as well in the city that we'll get to hang out with some people outside of the conference.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. A lot to do, and like you and I said, like we got to figure out how to make this work for us, right? This has to be a springboard for us, and we'll have to spend a lot of time kind of brainstorming and maybe learning from others who have been there how to make the most of this.